Are you struggling to make ads that actually convert? Is your ad account begging you for some fresh creative, but you just don't know where to start? Do you feel confused and misguided by the ton of information out there on how to make a good ad? Well, if any of those sound like you, then stick around, because in today's video, I'm going to be showing you the exact A to Z process to create winning ads on Facebook and TikTok. And for those of you who are new here, I'm Alex Cooper, and I run a performance creative agency that pumps out over 1,000 ad creatives every single month. And I want to show you the behind the scenes, show you actively what we are doing for brands to create them ads that perform. And by the end of this video, you'll have the tools to go and do the same thing for your own online business. So strap in and let's get started. So to set the stage, the brand that we are going to be advertising for today is called The Perfect Jean. And the main value propositions is that they are soft, they are comfortable, and they fit perfectly. And I can attest to that because I'm wearing them right now. They are genuinely great jeans. The demographic we'll be targeting today is male 25 all the way up to 55, 60 plus. So I want to be tapping into humor and I want to be tapping into the female angle. But let's start with some audience research and we'll see what we can uncover. And this is always where you want to start off when creating an ad. And it's actually a mistake that I see a lot of brands and agencies making. Most people think that they know their target audience. And when you ask them, they say their age, their gender, their job, their income. Those things are great, but those are just demographics. But what we're really interested in as advertisers is the psychographics. So how they think, what their buying triggers are, what their pain points are, what are their core values, what are their goals, because these are the things that are going to allow us to craft messaging that feels like it's speaking to them directly. And the only way that you can find this stuff out is by doing the hard work. So reading customer reviews, looking at support tickets, looking at surveys, looking at ad comments, competitor reviews, competitor ad comments, going wherever your customers go online, whether that be Facebook groups, whether that be Reddit forums, wherever they hang out, and do what I call take the pulse of your customer base. And then what you're going to do once you've found these nuggets is you're going to take them and sprinkle them back into your messaging across the funnel. So in your ad scripts, in your ad copy, on the landing page, in your email flows. And that is how you will craft messaging that makes customers feel like you are speaking innately to them. And if you haven't done this exercise yet for your business, then I would highly recommend doing it, because if done properly, it will pay itself back tenfold. So I've gone and carried out this process for The Perfect Jean, and here are some of the things that I've found. First of all, in the ad account, I found that crazy and weird hooks were performing very, very well. One of the value props of this product is the fact that the jeans stretch, and there's a lot of visuals that you can get with the jeans stretching, but we will get to that in a moment. Then I moved on to the customer reviews, and I found that there are a few key things that kept coming up. The fact that they are comfortable, the fact that they last a long time, and the fact that they are made for bigger guys as well, which is seemingly very important because a lot of people mention that competitors don't have options for bigger guys. And that is the kind of nugget that I'd be looking for to use in our advertising. And once again, I cannot stress the importance of thoroughly completing this research phase, because whether you're a brand, whether you're an agency, whether you're a dropshipper, whether you've got any type of online business, you have an audience whose attention you are competing for. And ultimately, the person who understands their audience the best is going to win that battle every single time. So now we have completed our audience research, let's get to brainstorming some ideas. And to get the creative juices flowing, I always like to start off by listing out two things: the value props and the pain points. And this is going to effectively serve as a guideline for us when we are developing out our script to make sure that we're hitting all of those important points. So I've done that here for The Perfect Jean. We've got our value props and we've got our pain points. Now, the next thing that we want to do is go on to brainstorming some hooks and some visuals. Now you might be wondering why I'm starting with the hook rather than the actual ad concept itself. And the reason for that is that I like to think of the hook as the way that we are going to pierce someone's attention. At the end of the day, people are not on their social media to watch ads. In fact, that's the last thing that they want to do. So half of the battle here is getting someone's attention. So we need to work out what is that angle that we're going to use to get someone's attention, and then we can worry about what we're going to do with the rest of the video. Because at the end of the day, it does not matter how good the rest of that video is. If you cannot capture their attention, they are not going to see your ad. So how do you go about brainstorming hooks? Well, I have 9 different angles that I rely on when I am making a new ad. And I will look at the value props and the pain points and think about how I can phrase them within each one of these categories. So for benefits, jeans that feel like sweatpants. For pain points, guys, stop wearing uncomfortable jeans. If it's a question, do your jeans look like this? and then showing some cheap ripped jeans. We can do a humor angle and show the jeans stretch in funny situations. One of the things that we've done previously with the perfect jean is putting a milk carton out of the jeans to show the stretch. And that is one of the crazy hooks that perform very well in the ad account. The aspirational angle of your target audience getting compliments from people that they care about, which we spoke a little bit about earlier. A direct call out. So you could directly call out your audience. So in this case, we've said men over 30, you need these. Or you could say, this is the best gift for mums, or the best gift for girlfriends, or whatever it is. Directly address the people that you are speaking to. You can use a testimonial or personal experience. Now, the great thing about these is you can literally take them from your reviews. So I've never had jeans fit me like this, was literally a review that a customer gave us, and then we just taken that and used it as the hook. You could use a social proof angle where you say, meet the internet's new favorite jeans, or meet the jeans that guys are going crazy over. And finally, you can use a social proof angle. So how to do X without Y. And for each one of these categories, there are multiple hooks that you can come up with. So spend some time writing them all down and lean on the value props and the pain points that we've already drafted earlier to translate them into hooks for each category. Okay, great. We've done the hooks. Now let's start thinking about visuals. And the way that I like to think of this is if money or production were no factor, how crazy can we get with visuals to portray the value props of this product? So in this case, we really want to lean heavy into showing the stretch of the jeans as we've gone through already. We can try pulling some things out of the jeans. We can try stretching them in different situations. We can show before and afters of the cheap jeans versus the perfect jeans, and generally showing the comfortability, showing people exercising, showing people moving around with the jeans. I think will be very powerful visuals as well. Guys, I just want to interrupt this video to say thank you so much for your support on the channel so far. It really does mean a lot to me. If you are finding this video valuable and you want to see more ad creative breakdowns and tutorials, then please do drop a subscribe. The bigger this channel gets, the better I can make the videos for you. So thank you very much. Drop a sub and let's get back to the video. All right, so in the research phase, we defined that we want to do a crazy hook and then a kind of no frills, purely direct response script. In the ideation phase, we come up with a list of different hooks and visuals that we can combine. Now let's start putting all the pieces together and start building out our script. So the hook that I'm going to choose is a sexual innuendo. I'm not proud of it, but it does perform well inside this account. So I'm going to go with, my wife said, is that milk in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? Goodness. Now, let me put in some of the value props. I'm just going to say, these are insanely comfy and stretchy. Spelling's awful. And as a continuation of that, I'm just going to say, I can do anything in them. I mean, literally anything. I'd like to do something with before and after, so I'm just going to say, I mean, just look at the difference. Let's just say, these are the jeans for you. Or, these are the jeans you need. Let's think about working in some more of the value props now. I want to talk about bigger guys because it's something that the customers made very clear in the reviews earlier. So I want to say, bigger guys, they've got us covered too. 5 different fits for every shape and size. Cool, covered that one. Do you want to touch on soft and durable? Possibly. I'm just going to say, if you want the comfiest jeans, check out Perfect Jean. If you want the comfiest jeans, known to mankind, check out the perfectjean.nyc. Honestly, you cannot go wrong with a pair of perfect jeans. So I think we're almost there. So I like where we're at with this. I think we need a better transition between the first line and the second line. Something along the lines of, you can do anything in them, but phrased in a different way. Maybe, like, that's because nothing is impossible with the perfect jean. My wife said, is that milk in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? That's because nothing is impossible with the perfect jean. These are insanely comfy and stretchy. I can do anything them, literally anything. These are the jeans you need. Just look at the difference. Bigger guys, they've got us covered too. 5 different fits for every shape and size. Honestly, you cannot go wrong with a pair of perfect jeans. So if you want the comfiest jeans known to mankind, check out the perfectjean.nyc. I think we can really have some fun with the hook, and there's not really that much to the rest of the script. We just covered the key value props. How many of them have we actually included here? We've got comfortable, we've got stretchy, we've got 5 different fits. We haven't got soft, we haven't got durable. Can we work in durable? And you know they're not going to rip or tear like your cheap jeans do. Here we are hitting on the pain points. So we have now covered For the 5 value props, cheap jeans, so 2 of the 4 pain points. I don't want to try and include every single value prop and pain point into this script. I think that's a mistake that a lot of brands and agencies make. If you try and put too much into the script, it just feels a little bit overwhelming and it's not really clear who you're talking to. So that's something I want to be careful of as well. But I think we're in a pretty good place with this script. So you're in a position where you have an ad script. How do you find creators to send this out to? Well, there are a number of different ways you can do this. You can source them yourself on Instagram, on TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn. This can be more of a tedious process, but it is more budget friendly. So if you're starting out, that's what I would recommend doing. You could also look at platforms like B-Roll or Billo. Having said that, we have not had much success at all when sourcing creators through UGC platforms. Or you can simply work with an agency that will help source creators for you. Bear in mind, the people that you select to appear in your ads has a big impact on who they will be delivered to and ultimately who will convert. Because at the end of the day, people like to buy from people like them. And it might sound crass, but a middle-aged white woman is much more likely to respond to another middle-aged white woman in an ad than she is to, say, a young African-American male. And if you are a creator yourself or you work with a network of creators, then I've put together a creator guide with the best practices for filming so that you can get the most out of your filming sessions. And if you want to download that, you can find the link in the description below. So by this point, you should have wrote your script, found a creator, and had that creator or multiple creators shoot content for you. Now we have to move on to the editing. Now, if you can't afford to hire an editor, I would suggest either asking the creator to edit it or editing it yourself on a tool like CapCut. But ideally, you want to hire an editor from a non-Western country to start putting your ad together. We've had success on Upwork and onlinejobs.ph, and actually the majority of the editing team at my agency, Adcrate, are from the Philippines because you can get English-speaking, good quality talent for a fraction of the price that you can get it in the US. So your editor's going to work on putting the ad together, but be mindful that in the same way that the creator that you select is going to have a big impact on the delivery and the performance of the ad, so is the way that it is edited. And what I mean by that is that different edits will appeal to different audiences. If it's a quicker, fast-paced TikTok style, it's probably going to appeal more to a younger audience. If it's a slower edit with less clips and bigger fonts, that's probably going to appeal more to the older demographic. Ultimately, you want to tie it back to the research phase that we did right at the start of the video and think about what is the persona that we're actually going after here. What are they already seeing organically? Are they already seeing slower edits or already seeing faster edits? And how can we create an experience that blends in to stand out? And one final thing that I would say is it's always useful to send over examples to your editors of ads that you like in terms of edit styles, and literally say to them, here are 5 ads that I like the edit style of. Use these as inspiration when you're putting together your ad. So it is a few hours later and the editing team have returned our perfect jean ad. So let's have a look at it.
My wife said, is that milk in your pants or are you just happy to see me?
Well, that's because
Crazy hook.
nothing's impossible with the perfect jean.
They're insanely comfy and stretchy. I can do pretty much
Good
anything
stretch.
in them. And I mean anything.
These are the jeans you need. I mean, just look at the
Love that before and after.
Very comfy, lots of room to breathe, and you know they're not going to rip,
That
wear,
was-
or tear like your cheap jeans do. Bigger guys, they've got us covered too.
Such a great clip.
Every shape and size. Honestly, you cannot go wrong with a pair of perfect jeans.
So if you want the comfiest jeans known to mankind, head over to the perfect jean. Come on, you know your old jeans are crushing your nuts. Go to the link.
That was a nice little touch at the end. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think it came out pretty well. We had our crazy hook and then we went straight into the value props and covered all of our key points. So yes, it was funny and yes, it was entertaining, but at the same time, we're also giving people a reason to click through. I don't know how people are going to take to that hook. So maybe to improve it, I'd create a few variations with a less raunchy version of that hook. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how the ad came out. And guys, that is the exact process that we use to generate winning ads on paid social. So let me know what you think of my ad in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, then you should go and check out the AI version where I went through this entire process, but showed you how to use AI tools to automate it. So click the link here to watch that video and I'll see you over there.